Hello Leo and welcome to your reading for March 2024. I said 2023 a couple of times in readings before and I had to re-record because it's kind of like still freaky to me that it's 2024. 10 of Cups, Leo. The cards are already saying like, shut up, Stefanie. We need to talk about the good stuff here, not the mistakes. 10 of Cups, Leo. So this is beautiful energy that is already coming out in your general part of the reading. Second part of the reading will be a relationship situation, so stay tuned. I mean, I cannot make this up. This is definitely the best emotional card in the deck when it comes to the small cards. So this is a very beautiful energy you're stepping into here in this month. We are working also maybe just with this energy of bliss, you know. It's so, I want to say, easy to invite in. Of course, it's not so easy, but I think once you have the hold of it, once you've been really through stuff and learned how to really also build your own happiness, then it's like a muscle, you know, you have it. It's like riding a bike. You did it once, you can do it again. If life gives you a hit, if life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. That's so superficial. It's much more deep than that. But the 10 of Cups is really like moving through life with an energy of feeling blessed. And that's something, it's a very law of attraction type thing to me, and also like maybe Abraham Hicks type of thing, where the more we feel good, the more feeling good will come. And in whatever area of your life this is the case, it will present itself to you more and more. And you can even do it in the hardest, toughest contrast. I kid you not, I have this story, and even though I will tell you the story now, story time. The story of my private collection of stories that happened to me as a person. There was a relationship I had not too long ago that went really to shit, you know. It was not great, and there was a million red flags and stuff, and there was just like, it was not a good fit, and let's just keep it at that. But there was a tough time through this, it was not a very long relationship, not too long a relationship where I was very doubtful of what's happening and what's going on, and I was extremely insecure about what's going on with this person, and also within myself. And then I walked to a place where I met with this person in the morning or in the beginning of the day, and I told myself, okay, out of all this hardship that you're coming right now, and it's so confusing what's going on, just try to concentrate on all the good stuff on the way to this meeting. And I really did this exercise a lot, and I still do it when I'm having a bad day, to just be like, oh, I appreciate this red sweater on this lady. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, you know. You really can hype up your energy. In the beginning it's hard, but yeah, then I went so far then to just compliment a random girl on the street on her outfit because I really loved her style. And you wouldn't believe, especially I live in Vienna, you know, I don't live in New York City where this happens all the time. I used to live in New York City, and that's why I kind of carry it with me. But in Vienna, people don't really do that. You know, you don't just make a compliment or you don't give a random stranger a compliment. It's kind of very strange. But you wouldn't imagine how happy people are when you give them a compliment on their outfit that is genuine, because people can feel a genuine compliment, you know. It's not a lie. It's not to manipulate them or to, you know, charm them. It's just, hey, this is an awesome style. Good job. I love it. So yeah, and that's what I practiced on the way to meeting this person. And I meet this person who was still an asshole, but this person gifts me on this day flowers, you know, like a thing of flowers. And I was like, wow, look at that. The law of attraction is working somewhat right now. And I'm still convinced that it did that day. Anyway, it couldn't fix the deeper issues. But yeah, that's just one story where I'm like, okay, concentrate on how you want to feel and it will come to you. And I'm convinced that this stuff works. I am just convinced because I'm experiencing it as we speak these days. Two of Cups in the reverse. Interesting. It doesn't mean that another person feels that, and it's probably important that I told this story of this other person, because just because you feel it doesn't mean like yes, and that's the confirmation. King of Swords is my confirmation that I'm right. Just because you feel it doesn't mean that the other person can tap into it, and that's fine. Don't force. There's people who are not ready. There's most definitely people who are not ready to see the benefits of a positive outlook or mindset, and they still have work to do, and they're just not on your frequency right now, which doesn't mean they will never be, which doesn't mean they are not at all or have never been. They are not right now. But as long as you focus on it, they might just be in this frequency at some point. Again, if you want to manifest, of course, and now let's talk about manifesting specific people, even though we are not in the relationship reading. But if you want to manifest a specific person, be careful what you wish for. That's a saying that is not there just for no reason. Be careful what you wish for, because it might just come true, and then you have issues maybe with a person. So right now it's just a little thing that I say from my smart book of very generalized, random, generic quotes. But the Two of Cups in the reverse is still like, try not to force connections, or we can't force connections. Even though we know there has been a connection with a person, or there is some sort of connection, but sometimes it's just not, even though you're in such good spirits, some people cannot receive it, and that's how I read it here. You need to also have, as when we talk Abraham Hicks, you know, I don't know if you know Esther Hicks and Abraham, these law of attraction things, but probably a lot of you do. You have to turn on the radio, you know, to receive the frequency, and some people don't have the radio turned on. And we sometimes don't have the radio turned on, but it seems like, okay, somebody doesn't have the radio turned on. And then what do? Be smart, because, you know, as I said, don't force a connection. There is really no point in forcing a connection. Bottom of the deck, so the King of Swords is staying rational about a situation, is trying to do the right and the smart thing, not sweating the small stuff, being very clear in their strategy. And the strategy is maybe not act, and come more from a place of self-love, and maybe nurture yourself a little more than another person right now. Don't try to force something. Don't try to manipulate something with the Magician in the reverse. This is not a good look for a Leo. Okay, wow, that was so fascinating that this story wanted to show up. Because I hardly ever share private stories, which is so weird because I have so many, but I'm just not, I mean, obviously I'm a person who likes attention, but some things I'm just very like private about, and I'm like, this is my story. I don't need you to find me interesting because of that story. I know that I'm interesting. It's like, I don't need to brag about cool stories or my stories or something. Anyway, this other person, yeah, Two of Swords. Okay, let's see. I don't want to comment on that just yet. This can be any relationship, doesn't have to be a love relationship, but in this Two of Cups, 10 of Cups situation, it probably is a love romantic connection. Page of Swords in the reverse. I don't know why I was shouting that. Page of Swords in the reverse. It seems like with this energy that's coming out of me, like I really want to know something. I need to know the truth. Also, it's like some forcing of... The Page of Swords in the reverse is either not willing to learn and has a huge resistance to learn, or is kind of a smart ass and thinks they know everything even though they don't, or wants to force something out of a person. This person really needs to think about stuff. I tell you that much. With the Two of Swords, we try to come to a peaceful place within ourselves, to really be aware. It's a place of awareness, of mindfulness also, I want to say, and of peace. This card is called Peace in other decks. Some people forget, they're just like, this is a decision card. No, it's much more than a decision card. Sorry to break it to 90% of the tarot readers. Read a book. Oh God, why am I so aggressive? I'm sorry. I guess I'm aggressive because I'm just really, to be honest, quite pissed actually that my channel, after years and years and years of being here, there's all these channels right and left growing next to me out of nowhere, like mushrooms, you know, and my channel is just doing its little thing, and that's gonna change now. Okay, but enough of me. Maybe this is something that also is of relevance for you, because it's coming through very strongly, and the Page of Swords in the reverse can be quite angry energy, so it can be quite revolutionary energy, or like a martyr energy, or like a fighting, young fighting, somewhat even anarchist energy, like an activist, like political knowledge, not holding back opinions, saying things out loud, confrontative, all these things. But this person wants peace. So, you know, it takes two to fight. It takes two to tango, and this person doesn't want to fight. So you can try all you want, you can throw a tantrum, Leo, but it's not gonna happen with this person. I'm sorry. Sorry to break it to you, my little Leo. Yeah, Three of Cups. This leads to an unease, I think, of sorts, of some sorts, and to a Seven of Swords. Oof. Emperor in reverse. Leo, chill out, because you know you have this, and as I said, you have this, and that's the important thing. You have this. Ten of Cups. You cannot force other people to have this too. If you have this for yourself, it doesn't matter, you know, people will eventually catch on. Some people need some time, some people need some space, some people need to get a deeper connection with themselves and understand what the hell is actually wrong with them to not want this. It's a process. You cannot trick them, manipulate them, lie your way into happiness with a person who is just not there right now. Don't do it. Three of Cups in the reverse. Of course, everybody knows this can be a third party thing. I don't see a third party here at all, anywhere. I think it's just really the notion of this has become too heavy and draining, and you don't want to, and you can maybe endure this because you're filling your cups. And as I said, I feel like I have a Leo friend. She's very, very close to me. We have a really strong soul tie. It's like I meditate, think of her, and she calls me. It's like that kind of thing. She is so good at filling up her cups, but she also is so good at giving it away. So that's why we might get a little slutty with our emotional energy. Like, yeah, sure, have everything because I know how to gain it back. But really, some people are not even ready to receive. And that's still draining, even though you know maybe well to fill it up. But do you want to really drain yourself all the time for something that is just exhausting? Lying to yourself maybe why you do this and why you have to do this when you actually have it all already. You don't need a person to confirm your happiness. If they want to join in on the fun, I mean, that looks really fun. Fun fact, this friend of mine is also is married to a woman, so it's a same-sex marriage. And this is also a same-sex couple. If they are not ready to join into the whole happy thing, then don't make it your project to trick them into happiness. It's not your project. Okay, that's it. That's all. That's all I have to say for now. Now we're pulling a Crowley card. Aleister Crowley in the house. He has a bad rep. I wonder why that is. But his cards are really good. And they are illustrated by a woman, of course, as most tarot decks are. And she's never mentioned. Her name is Lady Frida Harris, and she illustrated this deck. So I don't even know why he's even somehow important. No, I know, I mean, he was important. I'm babbling. What's going on with me? What's wrong? Who are you, and where did you hide Stefanie Koscher? Okay, Prince of Discs. This is yeah, think practical, think long term, and think of what's to do, what can ground the situation a little bit, like maybe a little more more everyday relationship work, less why can't you be the happy person I need you to be? You know, maybe a little more, hey, what do you need from me? Here's a coffee. And a little less, why are you always so unhappy? You know, or maybe a little more, hey, let's just do something nice that we both enjoy and that is of value for both of us. And less, you know, I think you got the idea. So, yeah. Okay, one more oracle card. This is a very ranty reading. I feel like I need to rant all the time. This is beautiful and perfect. Laugh. You have to laugh. This is German cards, that's why the translation is a little sloppy. You must finally laugh again for real, like deep laugh. Beautiful card. Yeah, humor. It's, you know, if a person is just not there right now, then maybe it's just like, take it with a grain of salt, or maybe you find something you can laugh about together, and that makes connection appear really, really fast. If you can laugh together, I mean, that's just very, very connecting. Okay. Leo, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I highly, highly recommend you subscribe to this channel. It's completely free. I have been a professional tarot card reader, believe it or not, on this planet called the YouTube for over 6 years. I am also an artist and a musician, and I take those things very, very seriously, and I'm prioritizing those things most of the time. That's why my readings are not that regular or not that common as other readings that are really blowing up here on YouTube. I have been on Austrian TV not only once, not twice, but 3 times as the Austrian, you know, fashionable and hip tarot reader. So I am a national landmark in this field, and I am doing this in a very professional manner here in Europe, where I come from. So if you want to consider subscribing to this channel, please do, because it is essential for the growth of this channel. So if that was not a sales pitch for subscribe and like and comment, then I don't know what else to do, but this was my sales pitch for subscribe, and I hope you come back next time, please. And if not, have a good life. Bye.